Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and today, guys, we got a miracle. That's right, this is the first time in a very long time that CNBC Make It actually did a video outside of New York or San Francisco, and today we got this video. I'm really looking forward to it because it's something different that we haven't seen before, and that's living in a $1,400 a month apartment in Portland, Oregon. Wait for it. Unlocked. But before we go ahead and watch this episode, we gotta do a quick favor to the like button. We gotta go ahead and destroy it. So hold on one sec. Thank you guys so much, and let's begin.
The process of finding an apartment was so stressful for me. I am a person that gets my hopes up about this kind of stuff, and then getting denied was like really heart-wrenching for me.
It's only stressful if you don't have a good credit score. That's why I teach everyone, hey listen, you gotta pay off your credit cards in full. You gotta get a credit card as soon as you possibly can. You gotta diversify your credit. You gotta expand your balances. All of this stuff. Like if you walk in with an 800 credit score and you're like,
Yo, what's up? We got an 802 here. You want me or not? Yeah? Okay, well, maybe I don't want it anymore.
and they'll be like,
No, please. And you're like,
I got a few other places that want me to.
no, okay, fine, we'll give you a $50 a month discount.
Deal.
so that is tip number one in terms of making sure you never get denied.
My name is Annika Hines. I'm 22 and I live in Portland, Oregon in a one-bedroom apartment.
Looks like she went to the nursery and they had a sale. I like it though. I really like this look. Listen, if Macy had her way, our place would be looking like this times 10. You would walk in the front door and it would straight up just be a forest of plants that all need to be watered like multiple times a day. That's the thing. That's why I like artificial plants. You never have to worry about that. They always look great. Like this thing has looked just as fresh today as it did 4 years ago because it's fake. It's not real. So I'm a fan of like fake plants. Outside, make them real. Fine. Inside, let it be fake. They always look awesome. You place it there once, you never have to worry about it. It's nice though. It is nice. It's just a lot of work.
I live with my boyfriend and we pay $1,400 in rent a month. I'm a full-time student and a TikTok creator, and I also work for a small business here in Portland.
TikTok creator. All right, let's see. Let's look her up on TikTok. I can't find her. It's not a good sign if I can't find you on TikTok from your name. Let's continue.
My apartment provides parking, which is so helpful here in Portland, so I'm really thankful to have a parking spot included, as well as trash and utilities are all included in my rent.
That's not bad. You know what? $700 a month split between them. That's fair. That's pretty inexpensive. And then anything beyond that, you just go and save it.
I really wanted my space to feel very fun and youthful, and as a kid I always dreamt of having like a hammock and hanging chairs and stuff in my place when I got older, and I always kind of wondered why adults didn't.
That's cool. It's a nice idea. I don't know how much use I would get from it though. I think it's cool for the first day. Like I'd love to set up like a swing. Actually, we have an outdoor swing. Guess how many times I've used it? Like once. Because it's like, it looks cool, but then you sit down on it, it's like, it's not that comfortable. I'd rather be just sitting on an outdoor couch. It's so much more comfortable that way, but you know what? It's cool looking.
I'm really lucky that my boyfriend doesn't really care about decoration. All he brought to the table here was like a TV and his computer, and I got to kind of run wild with the decor.
I don't know, she did a really good job with the decor. That's something I'm really into. Like, I can't be in a space that doesn't look good, that's messy, because then all of a sudden, like, I can't concentrate, I'm not inspired to go and work. Like, I really gotta be in like a good environment to like really get creative and like plan out videos and whatnot. So this to me is perfect for that.
I think this rent for this apartment and the amount of space that we...
Oh, look at Figgy. She got a Ramsey. Ramsey looks the same as Figgy. They're called tuxedo cats, and they're so cute. Oh, look, literally, her picture here is the same thing as what she's doing now. The same thing.
I found the apartment hunt very difficult here in Portland. It is incredibly hard to find a place with good specifications if you don't have previous renter experience or if you don't have a good credit score.
See, there we go. It's the credit score. Let me guess. My guess is she doesn't have a bad credit score. It's just she hasn't had her credit long enough. So that I think is the issue. And I gotta say, by the way, Craigslist is a fantastic resource for anyone looking for rentals. Craigslist is the best.
I applied to like 3 apartments before this one, and we were declined because of the credit score of my partner, even though we both made the right income and we both had previous renter experience.
It's a red flag. That's a red flag. What's your partner's credit score? You gotta make sure your partner has a credit score above above 700. 680 is like, oh, okay, maybe you could let that slide. If everything else is perfect, but they got a 680, let that slide. 650 and below, red flag. Those are the people your parents warned you about. Stay away from those people.
I ended up having to apply to this place on my own and use a cosigner, which was my grandma. The reason I had a cosigner is because I do not make 4 times this rent.
4 times the rent, that's a lot. I do 3 times the rent. That's usually the rule of thumb, 3 times the rent, it's not bad. 4 times the rent for a 1-bedroom, yeah, they're probably not renting 1 bedrooms. I would agree with her.
So the upfront cost of moving into this place was first and last, which was $1,360 each, and then I paid $50 key fee, and that was the initial amount I put forward of $2,770.
It's reasonable for a 1-bedroom like that. Totally fine.
It was a lot to put up front initially, especially because I'm a college student. I'm paying for school out of pocket and with a few financial aid helps from scholarships. But I was lucky enough to have a little bit of a savings put away from high school as I worked full-time throughout high school.
Wow, good for her. You know what? She's going to college. She's paying for that on her own. She's paying for her apartment on her own. She's making money on her own. This is how it's done.
This apartment is 700 square feet in total. I feel like this apartment size is perfect for us now.
That's how big my duplex was. It was 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 700 square feet, plus a garage though. That was my office, but that's enough space. Honestly, that's all the space I needed at the time.
The one downside to the apartment that I live in is that we don't have laundry or a dishwasher, so I have to drive to the laundromat every week to do my laundry. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the space.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I used the laundromat for a little bit. This is many moons ago, many a moon ago. I used the laundromat. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, it was a pain to go and like it was the quarters. I hated the quarters. You'd have like a big jar of quarters that you go and like put in the thing. It was awful, awful, awful. But yeah, the dishwasher thing, not that big of a deal. I wash everything by hand anyway, it's fine.
Here is the entrance to my apartment. It has this kind of awkward little hallway that I decided to add this mural to.
Really creative idea though. I like that little mural.
My bedroom is quite small for 2 people, especially closet space is a struggle. So I have this hanging clothing rack that I kind of improvised from a shelf that I found. Here is my living room. This is like my favorite spot in my apartment. It feels very bright and open.
I like it a lot, especially with the 2 skateboards up on the wall. I think that's a really nice touch.
This couch I found on Craigslist for $200. I was looking for something very specific with my couch, so I was refreshing it every day looking for a gray couch that was like this size. And one day it just popped up and it's been perfect for us ever since. And this mirror I found in the dressing room of a place going out of business, and I got it for free because they were just closing and were getting rid of their stuff.
Great deal. Look at that, bargain hunting. I bet the whole thing was less than like $3,000 to furnish the entire spot. And it looks really nice.
And right here I have my hammock. This is my favorite spot in my apartment. I have this seating area where I put all my plants.
That's nice. See, typically that would be for like a dining area. You'd have a little table there that you could work from, but nope. Nope, just put a hammock there instead. I like it though, it's cool.
And then a bunch of windows where I can look out on the city, and so I put my hammock here so I can drink coffee in the morning and kind of stare out the window.
She's exactly a cat. Ramsey does the same thing, just loves to, first thing in the morning, stare out the window. Let me stare out the window for hours. Oh, there's a bird, there's a fly, just goes nuts staring out the window.
So right here I have a table that I made from a thing I found on the side of the road, and then I tiled it myself. And this is where I do a lot of my work.
By the way, I realized I'm an idiot. In the description, it gives her TikTok. It's Blonde Designs. Wow, guys, she's got almost 1 million followers on TikTok. Congratulations, I hope you're making good money from this now. Seriously, either with sponsors or eventually selling your own product. Seriously, you should be turning this into at least a $5,000 a month business from this.
And this is where I have my favorite mural in my house and one of the first projects that I did when I moved into this apartment.
She's really talented. Listen, she's dialed it in. I think for anybody under 25, maybe 28, moving out on their own, she is someone that I think a lot of people would want to see, and I think it shows through. If she were to come out with her own guide, or like if she came out with her own product of some sort, it would sell so well.
I would love to buy a home. It's actually my dream, considering I love DIY projects and decorating. I'd love to be able to knock down walls and do whatever I want to the place that I live, which I can't really do when I'm renting.
She'll need to do that. I don't know if she'll be able to do that in Oregon, but 100%. This is something that I would do for her. She'll end up making so much money buying a fixer-upper, showing the progress every step of the way, doing your own designs on it, finishing it, living in it for a year or two, then go and sell it, flip it, go and buy another one. Keep doing that. I think for her, that could basically just be her full-time job, is going renovating properties, making them look nice, selling them, moving on to the next one. That's all she needs to do.
I think it's really important when you find a space that you love that you make it your own, and so that's what I've done. Like, my personality is in my place, and that is what makes my apartment so perfect for me. And I think that's what everyone should do with their space, is make it a place that they feel comfortable and they feel themselves, and it's a reflection of them. And so that's what I try and do with my decoration.
I love it. I gotta say, from a design standpoint, 9 out of 10. I think she did as much as she could with the space. Actually, I mean, I don't know what she could have done to make it a 10. I would say maybe I'm just not a huge fan of the hammock. I'd rather just like a really cool table there with like, you could put a computer on it and just look out the window and work. But otherwise, great episode. I see why they chose her to feature her, because it's like her design aesthetic, I think is great. I think a lot of people relate to it. A lot of people like it. Let's go and check the comments. So let's see what the comments have to say. She should definitely do home decor or interior design. She's talented. I agree. Danger, Will Robinson. If that boyfriend decides to up and leave, she and her granny are on the hook for the rent. He needs to get his credit straight ASAP so he can be put on the lease and her granny can come off. He needs to be just as legally responsible for the roof over his head as she is. And yeah, I mean, ideally that's probably a good idea, but the way I see it, $1,400, chances are she'll be able to come up with that amount or find a way to otherwise make it work. I think the worst part of that is if she had to move somewhere else, is going and giving up all the design. But then again, she could go and do that somewhere else instead. But yeah, I agree, the boyfriend's credit needs to improve. But anyway, overall guys, I really like this episode, and I think she serves as a great example of just what a little design could do in terms of sprucing a place up and making it look, in my opinion, pretty fantastic. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there as the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single Sunday, so make sure to be a part of it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.